Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kop-Ish.
What's going on, people? It's your boy man at Matt. It's Team Kop-Ish. It's the match reaction. Liverpool just drew 0-0 with Chelsea. Poor performance, poor form, poor everything. And yeah, I just don't know where we go from here, people. Big up everyone in the chat as well. Smash that like button if you haven't already. You know, when you're just trying to make sense out of it, people. You don't want to go over the top. You don't want to be too reactionary. Don't want to go crazy. Just will be joining me shortly. I'm just being honest though, people. Like, where do we go from here? Honestly, like, where do we go from here, people? I just don't understand. Just you'll be here, people. Don't worry, I'll be here. Chill. It'll be it. Jay the Activist says, did you see the clip of John Henry? I tagged you on Twitter. The clip? No, I didn't, bro. Apologies, I haven't seen it. Tag me again, please, bro. Apologies. Let me read out a few of the comments as well, still, because I'm lost for words at the moment. I'm lost for words. Big up L Wicks, man. Can't wait for DS to be back. Facts, bro. Cannot wait. Big up Taji. Team will improve. Big up yourself, brother. Big up David. He says he woke up early for this poo. Now, though, big at yourself. Long time you be rocking with us, bro. He said it's so stale. It is, bro. It's so stale. It's so stale, fam. Jay says, where's Callum? I need someone to... Unfortunately, Callum can't make it today. Unfortunately, he can't make it today. But now we're going to question Klopp. I will question Klopp. It's not even about... not questioning Klopp. Of course it is. This is not all on Klopp. It's not all on Klopp, but Klopp, of course Klopp has to take blame. I'm sick and tired of people acting like Klopp is some android or something. He's some god. Like he can't be questioned. Of course he can be. Substitutions, favoritism. Klopp has to get questioned, bro. I can't even lie. Has to. Man are leaving on Harvey Elliott. Sorry, and then taking off Naby. Not only that, Harvey Elliott playing left wing. When has that ever worked? Ever? And you're going to play against Chelsea. Like, when has that ever worked? Like, really, people? Am I going crazy here? Put a 1 in the chat if you think Harvey Elliott should never play left winger ever again. Can't even front. In fact, yeah, put 1 in the chat if you think he shouldn't be playing left wing. Unless I'm missing something here. I don't understand. I really don't understand here. Harvey Elliott's best performance has been right wing. And again, even Klopp. Like, just forced, like, bro, he's a right winger that kind of, in my opinion, correct me if I'm wrong, people, yeah? You see when Bernardo Silva played wing for Man City, but it wasn't like, it's like almost like, it's just a man, like an attacking midfielder playing as a winger because he didn't really have the pace to like beat a man. That's how Harvey Elliott plays the winger role, so to speak, because he doesn't have that pace. You've got to use a bit of trickery, body balance, agility. Do you get what I'm saying, people? I don't understand. Don't make no sense. Don't make no sense, man. Swear to God. It's crazy. It's crazy. You could have taken Salah still. Yeah, no, it's true, bro. He could have. He could have, bro. He could have. It just don't make sense, bro. I swear to you, it don't make sense. Today was one of those games, people, where I look at it and think, all right, cool. So Klopp here, you done the right thing by playing the players that we wanted to see 100%. But then some of them weren't following the instructions. Like, should we rip off the Band-Aid now or should we wait for Drifty to get it? Because I've got to have a conversation about Gakpo. I can't even lie. And this is not me being reactionary. This has been on my brain, actually, probably since the last game. There has to be a conversation about Gakpo. I'm going to keep it a buck. There has to be. Man's not escaping criticism. In fact, no one is escaping criticism, in my opinion. That goes down from the manager to the players, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? Can't lie to you. Like, I'm not having it. We can all do the whole bedding in thing, which is fine. That's cool. But just, you know, if you're going to take 3-4 shots in a game and none of them even, you know, or 3 of them going to the stands, we got to have a conversation, innit? We got to have a conversation as to why, even though I know you've been brought into a bad situation, you look tired or you look like you're out of sorts. Like, I don't know. Like, and I understand maybe because he's not a striker, he's trying to find his way playing striker, but we just got to implement him better if that's how if we're gonna play him, innit? I'll be honest with you. We've got to implement him way better. Gakpo just looked like he's just running around looking for something to happen, bro. It just doesn't look good. You don't look good. I can't even lie. It don't look good. Gakpo should never play a striker. Yeah, he shouldn't. He really shouldn't play a striker. I don't think he should play a striker. He's not a striker, bro. He ain't a striker. And then we got man like Pep Binder saying about he's the missing link. Yeah. Welcome to the party, Drift. Welcome to the party.
Well, go on. On the Gakpo thing, we'll touch on that when we get to player rating.
Yeah, of course. I'm a bit honest, Drift. You see, I don't want this to be a negative show, people. I'm not, but I'm just gonna be as honest as I can be, just as honest as I can be. So I might rip off a few band-aids for certain people. It might get a bit techie, but I'm just gonna keep it a buck in it because I think we're at a point in the season where I don't know who we are. We know what we're about. We're not really going to improve that much unless players come back from injury. And this is what it is. And we just have to talk about what's happening. It's that simple. It's that simple. There's no puzzle. There's actually no puzzle to this match we're going through. It's actually kind of straightforward. Big up the super chats. I'm going to read some of them now. Ahmed says, big up Chelsea fan. We should have won. But Paul, no, Ahmed, you should have won the game. I can't even lie. We were terrible.
I wouldn't go as far as to say Chelsea should have won the game. I think both teams didn't deserve to win.
Think of the opportunities that they had and think of ours. All right, let me rephrase.
But their opportunities were just because we were really bad defensively. They weren't like playing well and splitting us open and stuff.
Chelsea, if I'm a Chelsea fan, but what is it? If I'm a Chelsea fan, I'm coming away from that game thinking we should have got the 3 points. So Liverpool were there for the taking.
Chelsea deserved to win more than we did.
Yeah, that's what I mean, though.
I don't think that they played well enough to win. I just think they just about shaded a terrible match.
I think
like if it was like, I would give it like 48-52 on a possession. You know, one of them ones. So like, yeah, all right. If you're doing it like they were slightly better than us, but it wasn't like it was like a 60-40 and they were so much better than us. Yeah, I think they were bad as well, but they were just a bit better than us.
No, fair play. As says, I know he's only been here for a few weeks, but Gakpo, please show me something. Yeah, I know, bro. We're gonna talk about Gakpo still. I'm gonna talk about Gakpo. I know I am. Yo, what's good? Can someone explain to me why Klopp played Elliott left wing and our left winger Gakpo striker? He's smoking something. He needs to stop smoking. Bro, we'll talk about Klopp, innit? We'll talk about Klopp still. Klopp ain't escaping nothing from me today. Jada Activist says people not walking in through us like before, but no creativity still.
Yeah, I agree with that. They weren't just in our back line constantly like how it had
Not as much. Agreed. They weren't as much.
But that might be something to do with the fact that they don't have a midfield that's capable of doing that. Maybe a better team would have still done that to us, you know. Remember, Chelsea are shit, you know.
But remember them opportunities, Jeffrey. Like if they just they just made like one wrong pass as the last pass, and they would have had probably a goal. Barry says, don't understand Klopp's decisions anymore. I think we're all struggling to understand some of them, I'll be honest with you. Klopp was definitely Marmite today. Played the midfield we wanted, but then made some of the dumbest substitutions I've ever seen. But big up Jurgen, you do you, innit? Hate says, I'm so happy Klopp played the same midfield as the Wolves game. Shows that regardless of selection, team is done out and he's gutting. Oh, we know when he's gutting. But I will say this, though. I know what you're saying, H. I'm not going to sit there and say I'm happy to prove a point, so to speak. It's more of a case of I'm happy that he tried something different to show that he's not stubborn. That's what I'm more happy about. That's the first thing I'm going to take away from that. Do you get what I'm saying? I know what you mean. You're trying to say like, oh, see, I told you kind of thing. It don't matter who we play in this guy. And we kind of knew that already. Today was just more about who you're going to play. Are you going to stick to your favorites? Or are you going to revert back to type? Or are you going to play the players that actually deserve to play because of their last performance? But big at yourself, H. I know exactly what you mean, though. Do you know what I'm saying? Barry says, big at the Kopish lads. The players look like lion cubs separated from their pride, completely lost and severely
malnourished.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
I agree, bro. I agree.
Malnourished, you know, Ross.
I know that is peak, fam. Callum says, talk about Salah, 400k a week, and all he did today was hide. Twice Salah had just jogged along, not making any effort to find actual space.
350 a week, but yeah, we'll talk about it when we get to player ratings, innit?
Indeed. Chris LFC92 says, I felt like I was watching a Rodgers team from 14-15. Can't lie, I thought, yeah, the same thing. Bayesian Bar says, Naby coming off as brutal midfield dead after. Fully agree, Bayesian, but you know, people got trust in Harvey as a left winger. And then if
Harvey is the project, Matt.
Then
Harvey is the project, bro.
Right-sided midfielder in the free. David says, I'm a bit worried about Gakpo and Salah. Salah's drop-off has been mad. Darwin seems to be the only one making stuff happen. What's happened to our attack? Fully agree with all of that, what you just said, bro. Fully agree. Joseph says, have to rate Nunes today. So much pace and energy. Bro, if Nunes didn't come on today, we probably might have even lost the game due for the fact of he garnered interest in their defenders.
Yeah.
He made them have to stay alert. And him being aggressive took the attention away from how bad we were, if that makes sense. So him trying to do what he's doing is allowing us not to be attacked at that moment because we were that bad today. We were actually that bad. Chelsea played good football in moments, like what Jeff was saying. And when they actually carved us open when they did, we were just lucky that they weren't clinical. I have to keep it a buck, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Was that the last Super Drift or is there any more? And then
I think that was the last one, yeah.
Yeah?
If any more come in, obviously we'll say them.
Of course. Anything you want to say, bro, before we get to parent? Anything you want to talk about before we get to parents, or you just want to go straight to parents?
I mean, what is there to talk about, bruv?
I don't know. I'll be honest, bro. I don't know.
I'm enjoying watching BT score more. Wow. But we move.
Yeah, me as well. I can't even know. We can go to parents, bro.
Today's game. If anybody can explain to me what has actually happened to Liverpool, I want you to do it because I need to know answers fast. If I'm trying to be logical, if I'm trying to use my common sense, if I'm trying to make an educated guess based on all the data I've collected in all my years on this earth, I would probably say it was done the moment we lost the Champions League final at the end of last season. After going all those games, all that work, all that effort, and not coming away with anything, I think the players mentally checked out. I'm watching a team with players in it who, in my opinion, look either disinterested or just like, you know, when the confidence gets ripped away from you, bro, and you kind of, you're in that, like, you're in the sunken place, bro. That's what we look like right now. We look like we're in that, you're like, I'm lying though. We look like we're in the sunken place right now, bro. And we're looking up at the match happening. And we're like, no, like we're trying to be involved, bro, but we're in a trance or something, bro. Like, look at that defending when the ball went past three players. But luckily the Chelsea player missed the chance when it came to him. Like, opportunities like that, but like, everybody's ball watching. Nobody's got any, like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
Do you know what I think it is? This is just me breaking it down as ABC 1, 2, 3, yeah? The tactics don't work anymore with the current players at his disposal. So basically, it's a bit of both, innit? The manager's negligence to not change nothing, knowing that the players dropped off and can't do what he needs them to do, but he still told them to do the same thing. So when they're in film room and they're like, Flacco, we need you to track the runner, the first runner. Flacco could do that. He can't do it no more. But I keep telling him to do it. It's that but I actually think it's that simple. And the fact that we haven't had no investment to kind of like refresh the squad over how many years. It's always been 1 in, 1 out. 1 in, 1 out. That's our problem. It's always been minuscule the way how we even improve the squad, bro. Like, how can it be that we sell a midfielder and that summer was the best, so to speak, summer we had in terms of bringing players in, bro, because we sold somebody? That should never be the case for any top club, you know. Any top club should be able to be like, you know what? These are the issues that we have. Let's address them. And selling a player obviously goes part and parcel. But I just think the players, bro, they can't actually do what Klopp wants them to do. And Linders, because I'll be honest with you, it seems like Liverpool still want to do the pressing thing, but they can't press like that anymore. They don't have the legs to do it anymore. You're talking about 18, 19, prime Junior Wijnaldum with prime Henderson, prime Flacco, and then you added Thiago in for a little bit later on down the line. You could kind of do that, but you can't do that now, bro. You have to cater to the players that you have. You have to look at it and say, all right, he can't really press the way how he used to, so we got to alter what we can and can't do. Bro, even the high line thing, bro. The high line thing is crazy. There's our centre backs do get injured quite a bit. Joey G, especially, and Matip. Their man will be bursting hamstrings or getting injured on a regular because this high line thing is very unfair on players that are kind of injury prone. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like the tactics, bro. Like if this was 2018 to 2020, they could probably still do it, innit? Last year, I think, you know, when Klopp said that quote about we squeeze everything out, that was the last year where man got everything out of every player. And that was it. That's all they had. That's how I see it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like getting a flannel in it and you squeeze the flannel and you've got everything out of that flannel, bro. There's nothing else in that flannel now. Do you know what I mean? Put it on the radiator, all the water's out of it. That's how it feels.
What are you saying? It's just damp now.
It's just damp. It's just damp. It's just damp. Bro, honestly, I feel like that we're just a wet flannel in a radiator. That's what we are, fam. I'm not even trying to make joke here. I'm being serious. We're just a wet flannel on the radiator. And we need someone to pick up the flannel and put us in the wash, fam. You know, like that. That's what we are. Someone needs to pick up the flannel and put it in the radiator. Put the flannel in the washing machine. But man are just putting it on the radiator and saying, "Don't worry, it's calm." It's calm.
Have you ever known a nasty you that just does bare washing up or what they call rinsing off? It's like, bro, why don't you just have a bath or a shower? Man just stands at the sink and hits the hot spots.
Yeah.
Bam, bam, bam. That's it, bro.
Yeah.
And then just flick. But you know that flannel must stink, innit?
Stink. You know when bro, you see what it is?
Bare BO left on that flannel.
You're trying to paper over the cracks, innit? That's what it, bro. You see,
just stinking out the bathroom, bro. You just walk, you know, what is that smell?
Bro, we are literally a wet flannel.
Fucking dirty ass flannel, bro.
A wet flannel with hot spots. Just take a bath, reset, innit?
You know, like when you dry clothes on top of each other and they have that damp smell. You just walk in the room and you're like,
listen,
the fuck is that smell?
No disrespect, yeah. Everyone's probably got that one person where you're in work, yeah, and you're like, and Tuesday, man, I say like, well, I didn't go to bed till late last night. You're like, oh, is it? Yeah. It's like, right, what was you rushing? Why was you late? Yeah, because my boss is like, oh, what? You took long in the shower ever? No, man, just, you know, there ones there, man, just wash my face and just, I'm like, what? You wash your face? What about your body, fam? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I just feel like we're that one person right now who's late for work and don't even bathe. Man's picking up flannel off the radiator and hotspotting. It's one of them ones.
Bruv, have you ever bought your missus or your mum lilies? And it's like at the point where they're like kind of dying. And it just smells like bad breath.
Yeah.
You walk in the room like, what is that? What the That's how we stink right now, bro. Like lilies, bro, that are dying. Like 5 people's worth of morning breath all at once, bro.
Oh, no.
My God.
I don't even know what to say right now. People, generally, I don't know. We're like a toothbrush that don't get used. Carbon front. We're just everything. We're just everything. You know when you're trying to see positives, people, yeah? But it's like, the thing is, people, if someone was to like join this stream, they would think that we lost, yeah? But this draw is practically a loss. It practically is a loss because we haven't done anything. We haven't improved. We're just terrible. We're
Matt, wear a pair of Air Force Ones when it's got the creases. You know it's over once you let it get the creases, bro.
Bro, have you ever seen a person? Be honest, yeah? You get that one person where...
I've seen a lot of people where I'm like, you know those Air Force have seen better days, right? Why are you still wearing them?
The foot is leaning because you know what if you can wear down Air Forces, you're a G as well, by the way, because they are sturdy. Air Force is one of the sturdy trainers.
No, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I think Air Forces are a 1 month and throw away and get another pair of trainers,
Air Forces
bro.
are sturdy.
Nah, bro. Air Forces get beat. Air Forces.
How can your foot lean up Air Forces? They are leather.
Oh my God.
Remember, they're not.
No, bro. You know the grip. The grip is thick, bro. If you have got some bow-legged thing going on, if you've leaned up your Air Forces, I'm not.
The grip started to yellow.
You know when the grip starts going yellow, you just gotta write them off. They're done.
Oh my gosh.
They're done.
Big up the people that can wear out Air Forces. I don't even know that's even possible. They are they're leather, bro.
Air Forces get beat up easy, bro.
Especially
they get beat up easy. Bro.
I find it mad if you can wear out the highs, not even like the lows or the mids, the highs, because that's crazy, bro. That means you must sleep in your Air Forces. Go to bed in your Air Forces. You must garden with them. You run with them. You go work with them. Go church with them. You basically use them as an all-day, everyday utensil. That's crazy to me. How can you wear out your Air Forces? The highs like that. That is mad. Man said you got to an important meeting. Man still got the Air Forces on, you know. Just every day. Them people there, we're the one trainer, bro. That's what we are, though. We're the one trainer right now.
We're the kid that has to wear the same shoes to school to play football in for PE, everything, bro.
Every man's changing their trainers, and all you've done is
just putting back on your school shoes.
No, I've got one better. You tighten the shoelaces, and you tuck them in to make them look different. Man said, when you're going to school, the shoelaces are done. But when it's PE, you're just tucking them in to make them look a bit slicker.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
Fuck it up. But you got to laugh or you'll cry, innit?
It's true, you know. It's true, people. It's true. I don't know.
Oh, man. This is bad, man.
You've always got that one brother as well. Like, you'd be like, I don't know, in a church or something, and he just, yeah.
No, do you know who we are? Yeah, shout out to...
That's when it's hypervenoms.
Oh, the brother that used to wear AstroTurf everywhere, bro.
With a suit.
Everyone had a brethren who wore AstroTurfs everywhere. Everyone, bro. To church, to school, to play out, to the cinema. It didn't matter what he was doing, bro. He was wearing his.
Someone said AstroTurfs on jeans, you know. Don't get me started with pimp soles. Don't get me started, people.
Oh my God. AstroTurf and jeans. Everyone knows a brethren who did that. I don't care what anyone says. If you were at school in London, everyone had a brethren who bought it. You know why? Because remember, AstroTurfs were made by Nike, but they're only £25.
Sports Direct, you know. Hey, listen.
Everyone had a brethren who wore AstroTurf everywhere.
Man's rocking up to a party
Joseph said AstroTurf and boot.
Oh, I swear I can't do this, bro. Oh, that's in the party. That's the party as well.
Oh man,
man's vibing with your bridges and that.
And he didn't even get the black ones, bro. He got the turquoise ones, so they stand out, bro.
That are just loud
with a yellow tick.
No. Big at the person who started this convo that said your Air Forces are leaning. I'm not gonna lie, that's still the maddest comment. They're leaning out Air Forces, you know, where they're crooked. Oh man. All right, people, just quickly, if your foot is ever leaning, just go and get new crepes, innit? Just get new crepes.
I'll go one better, bruv. Do you know who Liverpool are right now, bruv?
Yeah, go.
We're the kid who forgot his PE kit. Shout out to all the 90s babies. We're the kid who forgot his PE kit. And we're having to do PE in our vest and pants, bro.
Oh! Oh, no.
Do you know how bad I used to feel for the kid who had to take part in PE in his vest and pants?
You know why his vest and pants? Because they said to you before, oh, we're just going to go for lost property. Maybe you can find something in there. Now I'm good, thanks. I'm good. Don't want to wear other people's
teeth. My days.
Rather go bare chest.
It's a good job they changed the rules, you know, because there's something real dodgy about a PE teacher watching a kid run around in his underwear, bro. I'm so glad they changed the rules, brother, and they can't do that no more, bro. Oh, man.
Oh, my days.
Oh.
Them days, you know, back in the day, bro. I swear to God. Lost property in them thing there, you know. But now, people, listen. We got to talk about football. We got to talk about Liverpool. Drift, I think we should get into the player rating still.
Yeah, let's do it, bro.
Let's go, bro. Let's go. Right. Alisson Becker, bro. What are we saying about Alisson, G? Remember the time? I'll quickly say this, Drift. Do you remember the times when he kicked the ball out of play and we were like, what's wrong with Ali? I'm just going to leave that one there for you. Now I'm going to say, think about the rating.
I give Ali a 5.
I agree with that, you know. I don't think Ali was that good today. I think he was so average. His distribution was quite bad, if I'm being honest.
And he was punching everything.
I thought distribution was quite bad. Did he make any important saves? Do you think, I don't think he... Chelsea more missed the target than really testing Ali, so to speak.
Yeah,
today,
I just think he was average today. I just think Ali was average today, man.
Yeah, no, I hear that. James Milner, bro. James Milner. What are we saying about James? James Milner, bro. James. What are we saying?
I like the fact he took the yellow card when Mudryk was about to burn him out.
He had to, bro.
But that is the level of professionalism that I like, where you know you've got to take one for the team, otherwise the player's in and they score a goal. But other than that, I don't think he had a bad game. Other than the fact that Mudryk burnt him out, well, that was all just about pace. That was just physicality. That weren't even nothing.
That was youth.
Yeah, 5.5 to a 6. Like he wasn't great or anything, but I don't think he had a bad game. 5.5 to a 6. I don't know what would you give him?
I would give him about a 5, maybe 5.5 max. I think his first half he was not too bad, but I was annoyed. Most thing I was annoyed about was the crossing. Remember, I was saying to you, he's in that stupid cross where, like,
to be fair, he only did it in the first 20 minutes and then he stopped. To be like, you're right. In the first 20 minutes, he did it quite a few times, but then after that, he kind of stopped doing it and then was more playing. Oh yeah, 5.5 to a 6. I think he was like just above, maybe average to above average. Like he had a better game than Ali. Maybe even if it's just ever so slightly, but I'll say he had a better game than Ali.
The crosses he put in the second half before he went off were actually better. When I think about it, though, they were better, especially when the link up with like Thiago was getting the ball. And then like playing it to like Salah, then Salah laying it off to Milner. We started. Remember when we first started the second half, we started to pick up momentum. Milner's putting in some good crosses there, and I feel like if Nunes was in the box, it might have been a different story. That's one of the main gripes I kind of have with Gakpo, but we'll get onto that Gakpo a little bit.
I'll give Milner a 5.
Should we give him a 6 or 5?
5.5 to a 6. Yeah, that's
I think Milner kind of deserves some credit here still. Even though again, I knew when Gakpo when Mudryk come on, it's gonna be a problem, but. Yeah, man. I thought he done all right. Still, he done all right. All right, let's start with the first thing about Ibu. What you said about Ibu?
I give Ibu a 6.5. I think he had a decent to good game. But I didn't like that he kept diving in. I don't know. He was overly aggressive today, and he gave away a lot of little cheap, little silly fouls. That I don't think he needed to. But I think his overall defending was okay. Like he was the better of the two defenders, probably.
100% he was. 100%. I was going to give him I was going to say 7. Reason being, even though I agree with you with the Rash thing, but some of the clearances that he made, the interceptions that he made were actually very crucial, you know. The thing is that what let him down today, like you said, was the times when we were winning the ball back, we half the pitch, and he would give away a silly foul. But I can't fault his defending. There was only one moment where that, but you know what we was talking about? He done that little thing where the ball got played over the top, and he was trying to hold off what's his name?
Havertz. And it was like, why didn't you just deal with it, bro? Yeah.
However, he's paced up. There was one bit, Mudryk, someone played the ball to Mudryk. He paced up Mudryk, and I was scared at that point. Remember, I was like, oh no, Mudryk's on the ball. Ibu coming and saved the day. I think Ibu was our best defender from a defensive point of view. Defensive, because we're going to talk about
a lot of people are making a good point. He actually played like Sacco today. That is the type of game that Sacco would have had. Remember,
kinda. In a way,
he would have been good, but he would have been diving in. I think that's a perfect way to actually think.
I think he was more aggressive today than he has been recently. I was gonna say, what do you think? Should we give him 7?
I think a 7 is being generous, but
you think?
I won't argue with it. Yeah, I think a 7 is a bit generous, but I won't argue with it.
If we're not gonna argue, I'm gonna put him as a 7 if we're not arguing. What about his partner in crime though, Joey G?
I'll just give Joey a flat 6. I thought he was just above average. I thought he was all right. I don't think he did anything terrible, anything wrong. He wasn't really caught out. I think Ibu was just a bit better than him. I think the only thing that I remember that was a bit stupid that he did was that time when he tried to pass the ball to Ali after he'd done well, and then he passed it to Ali and put Ali under pressure. But I mean, I can't mark him down for this stat. So I'll just give him a 6. I thought him and Ibu were okay today as a partnership. Yeah, Ibu was the one that was just a bit better.
I was gonna go over 5 or 5.5. I'll probably go 5.5. Reason being, there was a couple of moments, bro. Remember, like the part where the ball's played in, like Gomez just like wasn't even looking. Like he has that moment.
Oh yeah, when they did that through ball, yeah.
Yeah, but then I feel like I'm a bit harsh because I could sit here and say Ibu probably committed more fouls than Gomez. So here's the killer. Ibu made more fouls than Gomez, in my opinion, in the game, but Ibu was more aggressive and more assertive. Gomez was kind of like the more laid-back defender, but then at the same time, his mistake was more detrimental than any of the mistakes that Ibu made. So it's I was gonna say 5.5. What was you gonna say?
I would give him a 6.
I'll be fair. I would say 6 because I did give it a 7.
Yeah,
I'll say 6. But all right, just quickly though, was he better than Milner though, Gomez? Just thinking of it now.
ever so slightly because he had more defending to do. Because he did do quite a lot of clearances and blocks and stuff like that.
Yeah. No,
so I say ever so slightly. I think maybe Ali should go up to maybe 5.5. Maybe
I'm
we're
looking
a bit
at it
harsh
now.
on Ali.
But I was thinking that as well.
Yeah, I'll say there's only a point between Gomez and Ibu in terms of their overall performance today.
Cool. Robertson. I'll go first on this one.
Yeah, go on.
I thought Robert, attacking wise, offered a really good outlet. I think he was trying to do left wing and left back. I think every time he looked positive when he got into the ball, taking people on. End product every now and again was a little bit iffy, but I actually think Robert had a good game today, you know. When I sit there and think about it, they didn't really attack a lot down that side because they knew how certain he was, innit? He was always in the right place, right time, very aggressive as well, looking to take people on. I personally would give Robert a 6.5. I don't know what you give him, Drift.
I think 6.5 is probably about right, but there's a part of me that's not comfortable with him having a lower grade than Ibu because I don't think Ibu had a better game than him. So I'd give him a 7 based on the fact that I don't think you could. I can't finish watching that game and be like Ibu played better than Robbo because I don't think he did. So I'd give Robbo a 7 as well. Then
if we're going by the ratings, you're right. I would yeah. I agree. Still, I agree. Let's bump up. Where's Robbo? Where is he? Robbo. Where'd you go, mate? Son, there he is. We'll give Robbo a 7. Cool. All right, then let's start the myth. Have we got a percentage? Hold on. The percentage there.
I know. We should actually. I think we do. We not? Is he not there?
No, he's not there. What we give him? He knows he's not there, but we'll
percentage.
What would you give him?
5. Yeah, I think getting that yellow card early in the game ruined his ability to impose himself. Yeah. And it was a really stupid yellow card to get as well. He didn't need to dive in like that and get that yellow card. He's a kid, man. He's a kid, innit? A lot of pressure on him. He's got the talent, but he's going to have these up and down games because he's young, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5. I'd give percentage a 5 today.
I'll give him a 5 as well. What would you say about discussing this on Naby Keita?
I give Naby a 6. I think he could have played way better than he did, but I think he was okay.
Yeah.
He gave the ball away a lot, though, man. I think the thing that I don't like about Naby is his strength, his upper body strength is terrible. He's easy to shove off the ball. Like, he's really easy to shove off the ball. I barely ever see Naby win a shoulder duel with anyone. And if you're a midfielder, you've got to be able to win them 50-50 shoulder battles. Do you know what I mean? Like, I hate out, and he's passing, man. He gave the ball to Chelsea a lot today. But overall, I give him a 6. He had an above average game. He wasn't good. He wasn't great. He wasn't poor.
What
would you give him?
That. I think it was a little bit hit and miss today. Like you said, he played some tidy football. Played one of the best passes of the match. Especially the ball to Salah. Remember the outside of the foot, Drift, when we were like, Salah.
That was a beautiful.
Yeah. So I was gonna say 6 as well. I don't think he deserved anything more than that. But I think in midfield, he played better than Bajcetic personally, but he didn't play better than Thiago. But we'll get on to Thiago. So yeah, I'll give Naby a 6. Yeah, I agree with you, bro. I think Naby gets a 6 as well. What about Thiago then, bro?
6.5, maybe just better than Naby. 6.5.
I agree with that. I think with Thiago, there were some parts where they gave him the ball and he was under pressure, but he dealt with it. He obviously had the missed pass missed pass placed. Every
He had two. He had two
misplaced pass. Sorry.
Yeah, he had two misplaced passes that was really bad. But I think it was a lot more to do with nobody was giving him options. Every time he got on the ball, I saw him picking his head up, but there was nobody making any movement. And he'd just have to like pass it out wide to Milner or recycle the ball back to the goalie or whatever. And you know, he don't want to do that. He wants to be progressive and pass forward. So he wasn't brilliant, but I think he was hampered a lot by the movement ahead of him. They had 6.5, just slightly better than Naby.
Cool. Yeah, I gave him that still as well. All right, let's get on to the forwards then. Let's start. In fact, all three of them can't. Let's start with the main. You know what?
No. Let's start with Elliott because I want to touch on Elliott because I think this is the part that's weird for me. Tell me if you agree with this or if I'm being mad.
Okay, go on.
At the point when he made the substitution, when he put Elliott into midfield and he took Naby off, Elliott was having a better game than Naby. It was just a really silly decision to take Naby out of his natural position and put somebody in a position he's clearly not that good at. So I get why Klopp didn't want to bring Elliott off in terms of, like, if you just naturally think about watching a match, whoever is playing better, you don't bring off. If you go, I mean, like, whoever's having a better game, even if it's ever so slightly,
I disagree,
whoever's having a better game, all right, cool. You don't want to bring that guy off. But when he put Elliott into midfield, Elliott was terrible. Terrible. I don't even think he was involved in the game at all from the moment he got put into the midfield. So when he was at left wing, I'm not saying he was amazing and he was doing up bits or anything like that, but I think he was more involved in the game than Naby, personally.
Okay.
Ever so slightly. I'm not saying leaps and bounds. I just think ever so slightly he was more involved in the game. And then when he got moved into midfield, it was a terrible decision. I'm gonna give him a 4.5.
We do enough 4.5.
We don't have 4.5, but that's what I'm gonna give him.
All right, cool.
Because he did play in midfield for over half an hour, which is a long time in a football match. But I would have given him a 6 if it had been based on how he was playing on the wing.
All right. So
that's my thing on Elliott.
I'm gonna be honest about Harvey Elliott. Had a match-winning performance against Wolves. Played very well. Played on the right wing, cuts inside and gets into central areas. Looks like a threat. Cool. Starts today, left wing. It just didn't work because he's not gonna run past a man, and his strongest is his left foot. So what does he do? He has to check back. So when he gets the ball, he has to check back, lay it off, and come back, try cut inside. And hence why Robbo was overlapping, and Robbo was the one that was beating the man. That shouldn't really be happening like that. Robbo, can beat his man, for example. But what it was is that Elliott was dropping so far deep to get the ball that it was actually offsetting the attack on that side, in my opinion. I think when I look at the substitution of taking off Naby Keita and leaving Elliott, I thought that was just downright just crazy. Like, just absolute nuts, bro. Like, terrible. From a defensive point of view, Elliott tries to be as tenacious as possible, but he also gets ghosted. There was one point in the game where he bounced off Havertz, bro. Now, Havertz isn't the strongest person, but Havertz is tall. But Elliott, bro.
No, Havertz is way stronger than Elliott, bro.
No, but bro, here's the thing. But you can still be tenacious and, like, do you know what I mean? Get involved, like, bro, throw a shoulder in, or like, even if you know a man's stronger than, bro, how many times have you gone up against a defender drift back in the day, when you knew he was stronger than you, but you know you could still throw your weight about it. It's knowing your weight and how you can use it. I was a winger, bro, and there was some serious centre backs that I came up against, even left backs that were built like Optimus Prime, and I'm looking like Bumblebee. But at that point, I still knew how to at least use the weight that I have. Elliott don't really do that, in my opinion, at times. And maybe it could be the injury thing as well. Maybe him trying to be a bit careful, which, again, I understand. But, bro, I think Klopp made a mistake there playing him left wing for starters as well. And that's not Elliott's fault. That's not his fault. Because Klopp has said, I need you to play there. And he's going to try and play to the best of his ability. But that's another Klopp thing. But for me personally, bro, I have to give Elliott a 4. Out of the, he has to get a 4 because he just didn't do anything. He looked tidy at times.
Yeah,
But how many times were we like, oh, Klopp, man, like, oh no, sorry, Harvey. We're like, Harvey, bro, why are you doing that? Like, Robbo's making a run. Harvey Elliott's like on the other frame, bro. So yeah, man, I'll give him. I've said we give Harvey a 4, you know, G.
Yeah. I'm not gonna argue with that.
Cool. To be fair, you only gave him a 4.5, innit? So, boy, this is where it's gonna get techie. You know what? I won't leave him till last because he's new. Well, we ain't even got one for Gakpo. I just realized, shoot, man, I forget on that, people. Still, do you want me to rip off the band-aid, Drift, or do you mind if I rip off the band-aid about Gakpo?
Yeah, do you know what? Give me a second. Why you spill your thing? Give me 1 second. I can hear you.
Yeah, cool. People, you see Cody Gakpo, yeah? I think he's a talented player that's coming at the wrong time for Liverpool, and we need someone to stand out and be a hero now, so to speak. But he's been unable to prove that. You can tell he's nervous because the shots that he's taking and just shooting, he's so bad he wants to score to settle those nerves, and it's working against him. Because there's things that he will do naturally that he isn't doing now. If you go look at Cody Gakpo at PSV, he's a very calm player. Like he's within his emotions, and when he's got the ball, he just knows what to do. At times today, it looked like he didn't really know what to do. At times, not only that, he doesn't know when to press. He's not really pressing that much. He's not aggressive at all. I think he needs to learn a lot more about English football. I think he today was pretty much non-existent, very different from the Wolves game. The Wolves game, I feel like he was a bit more involved in the game. I mean, don't get me wrong, the guy had, 2 shots today that went into the stands. And what's so crazy is he's actually got a good shooting technique. I believe he does, but he's just not showing that. He really is finding it hard, I think, to settle him. Me personally, I have to give it a buck, people. I think Gakpo was like a 3. And I think I'm even being nice by saying a 3. I think he was one of the worst players, if not the worst player. He didn't affect the game in any way. When Darwin Núñez came on, Darwin Núñez done more than what Gakpo done in the whole time Gakpo was on. We have to keep it a buck, innit? We've got to keep that same energy. We're not saying it's Gakpo's fault as to why he's like this, but we could only call it what it is. He had a very, very bad game today. And I also feel like him playing centre forward is not helping him because he's doing the whole, like we're flinging the ball into the air and Gakpo's trying to win in the air. He's not an aerial threat guy, even though he's 6'3". He's not that guy. He's actually a ball to feet man. He's like Ibrahimovic in a sense. So Ibrahimovic was rather you play the ball into his feet, even though Ibrahimovic was 6'5" and could head it, obviously. But Ibrahimovic would still say ball into feet, and I will take any man on in a one-on-one duel, in a sense of your beat man. Gakpo is that guy. Gakpo wants ball into feet. That's the problem with Gakpo. He's not the aggressive type, back up to the defender, elbows out, all them things there. That's not Gakpo's game. And I think we're also playing him in the wrong place as well. Like we should be playing him centre forward. He ain't centre forward. So yeah, man, he's a 3 for me. I don't know how much you heard, Drift, but yeah.
Yeah, I'd give him a 3 as well. I think you're right. Here's the thing, people. Like I can already see people saying he's trash, send him back, he's crap, all this kind of stuff.
He's not
guys,
trash. No,
this is what we have to do, guys. Come on. I'm not saying people can't have their opinion. Everybody can have their opinion, but this is just my take on it. It's very reactionary and it's very like simplistic to just go 3 or 4 games into somebody where they haven't really shown you that much. Oh, he's a dead baller. Oh, wait. I can understand you want him to do better than he's doing. Like that's natural. But guys, you don't do what he's done and play as well as he's played for his country and his previous club if you're a dead footballer. Something just hasn't clicked. Something isn't just right just yet. And he's just got here. Whatever happened to giving somebody some time? Yeah, Gakpo ain't playing well. He ain't. But everybody ain't going to be a Mane or a Van Dijk or a Mo and just come in and hit the ground running and just be brilliant straight away and just be like, do you know what I mean? What Diaz did last year was a very difficult thing to do. That was why we were so happy with him, because it's an anomaly to just come in and just bang straight away. You're just the man and you're impactful and you can just tell straight away. Like, it don't always happen. we've been kind of spoiled by the fact that Liverpool have bought quite a few players who have been able to come in and be impactful straight away. So now we just think everybody should just do it. That ain't how it goes, man. Like, you have to be patient with different players. You have to be. You can't just put every player in the same bucket and go, right, if you're not good straight away, you're dead food. Get out my club and all this kind of stuff. Like, come on, guys. So even though the man is playing poorly, he's definitely playing poorly. He's walked into a shit show, you man. That what do you lot expect? We are playing terrible. How is he supposed to just come in when he don't know anyone? He ain't played in the Prem before. He's come halfway through the year. You don't know what it's like when you come to you go to a new school, or bro, even like this, bro. Have you ever gone to a dinner party, yeah? And everybody's there like 45 minutes before you, and the jokes are already running, everybody's already tipsy, everyone's up, and you walk in, you feel like you're an outsider. You don't even know what's going on yet. You got to catch up, you got to order a drink, everyone's already eating. You know what I mean? Like,
you're trying to catch up in it. Yeah. You're trying to settle in. Everyone's
if anything, you're probably going to sit there quiet for about 20 minutes trying to realize what the vibe is, what the flow is. Who's that new person? I've never met them. Rare. Do you know what I mean? Like, you got to, come on, man. The man just got here and we're walking. We're walking. We're not running. We're not jogging. We're walking right now. We are a bad team.
No, we're crawling. We're never walking.
Even crawling now. We are a bad team right now.
We're crawling, fam.
So give the man a little bit of slack, man. He just fucking got here, you man. Is he playing poorly? Yeah. But all this, he ain't good enough. We shouldn't have bought him. Send him back. Guys, come on, man. What the fuck, man? We're Liverpool. We're not supposed to be this, like, harsh on people that, like, don't deserve it. Do you know what I mean? And Gakpo
just
don't deserve it, but he just got here, man.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is, Triff? I'll be honest with you.
The man just got here.
If we was say like we were winning games and we were like in a title race or at least like second or third or something, and we're playing really good football and he's doing this, that's when I'd understand more what people are saying. But he's literally walked into a flipping clown show. That's what he's walked into. Because for starters, you shouldn't be playing centre forward.
Yeah.
For starters,
and he's been played out of position.
He shouldn't be doing that at all. Like, he's playing me. Imagine this: you're new. You come from another country, and you're playing with players that are low on confidence. Everyone is low on confidence in that whole team.
Boy.
And you're supposed to be the bright spark, but you're the new guy. And I get it. Sometimes it just happens, but sometimes it takes time. Give the man time. Give him time, people.
If we're having this conversation next season, then it's a real conversation.
Yeah, 100%.
But like, not now. But do we need more out of him? Oh, 100%. He gets a free for me today. He was bad, man. He was bad. 100%. He was really bad. But I feel sorry for him.
Agreed. Let's get on to Mo Salah, bro. Do you want to go first on this one?
This ain't even a rip off the Band-Aid thing, bro. I think we're gonna need a cast and some crutches for this one, bro. Like, bruv. Before we went to the World Cup, I thought Salah was really good. I was happy. He looked happy. Statistically, he was doing brilliant. He was getting winning goals. He was playing not to the way Mo can play, but he was playing well enough that there was no issue whatsoever. Like, I was completely okay with what Mo was contributing to the team before the World Cup. Bro, since we've come back from the World Cup, I actually think he's been our worst player. I genuinely think he's been our worst player since we came back from the World Cup. And especially if you attach his standard to it, what we're used to getting from him. I know it is a bit unfair to judge a player off of their own ability, and I do agree that you shouldn't really do that. But I'm just throwing that in as a little extra because it is frustrating. Bro, Mo Salah, since the World Cup, has been the worst player on the pitch overall. Like, if you added up and tallied up all the 5 or 6 games or whatever that we played, and you averaged it out, Mo has been our worst player. And it is a problem. It is a massive problem because it's making our team lopsided. It's making us predictable. And him being one of our most impactful main game-changing players, but he ain't changing anything, is the reason why games like today end 0-0 instead of we grab a 1-0. Because a proper Mo, an on-it Mo gets a winner today and we win that game 1-0. I don't think I saw Mo do anything in that game that was even remotely to the level that he can play at. And I'm worried, bro. I'm genuinely worried. And everybody is like, you lot have all been saying that I've been a bit too kind on Núñez, yeah? But as I'm not going to go into it. I've said my piece on the whole thing of like people cussing Núñez or whatever. But it baffles me how Núñez is getting slated and Mo ain't. And I don't want Mo to be slated. But what's confusing is how Núñez is our best player, but he's taking a battering every week. Núñez takes a battering every week. But no one ain't saying nothing about Mo. Mo is a problem. And everybody looked at me sideways, bro, when I said that Ben Doak should be starting over Mo. Everybody looked at me sideways. Look at me now. Look at me now. Bro, what are you telling me? If I said to you right now, Liverpool's next game, I'm starting Ben Doak, Klopp's give me the reins and I'm starting Ben Doak, are you going to have a problem when we benching Mo Salah?
No. Nope.
He's got to come out the team, bruv. He's letting us down. He's letting us down. We're lopsided. We are absolutely. And do you want to know something? I'm not even making excuses. I'm not even making excuses for Gakpo. But what help is he getting from Mo? And he's had to play with Oxlade-Chamberlain and Elliott as the other supporting player when he's played. So what support is Gakpo actually getting? He's had Ox or Elliott playing left wing and he's got Mo on the right wing doing fuck all. So what's Gakpo working with? Add the context, people. Add the context. Look at it from a logical standpoint. What is Gakpo working with? He's working with nothing. He's working with nothing, guys. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I'm definitely worried about Mo. I'm worried about Mo. And I don't think it's because he's shit or he's done. Let's not start doing all of that. I don't want no one to start doing the whole Mo's done and all that crap. I don't want to hear that shit. That is not it at all. Right now, Mo's form is worrying the shit out of me, bro.
No, Mo's form is really bad. I'm not even going to go into it as much as you, bro. I'm just going to sit here and say Mo Salah he's stinking up the joint. I can't even lie, bro. He's stinking up the place. And the sooner people realize that, the better. I think there was one shot he had today. A really good one, actually, in terms of his positioning. Naby Keita played the ball outside the boot. Salah gets onto the ball. Cucurella's there, beats Cucurella and just flings it over the bar. But it's not even that. It's just when I think of Mo Salah, I think about what he's able to do, and influence the game. Even the assists as well, because Salah's actually really good at his assists as well. Like if you look at the numbers, he's just not doing anything. He can't even beat his man half of the time. When he's going up against his man, I always think to myself, is Salah going to lose the ball? Or is he actually going to beat his man? Like, I just have to...
His decision-making, innit, Matt? His decision-making is terrible, bro.
Now, when he gets the ball, he's doing all this. Do I take him on? Do I take him on? Then he waits to the last moment. The defender sticks out his foot. The ball's cannoned off and Salah's lost the ball. I'm just like, bro, like, you're Mo Salah, you know? Like, when you're Mo Salah and you're just moving mad. But I can't lie to you, Salah is so bad. It's unreal, you know. It's actually unreal. I can't even front. Yeah. It's really bad, you know. And I'm worried.
It's worrying because our talisman is just... And do you want to know what?
That's our big game play, you know.
Remember 2 years ago when we went through a very similar thing when all the injuries happened, yeah? That whole season, Mo was dragging us through. Even when we were playing bad, Mo was dragging us through.
But we ain't dragging nothing.
He is a shadow of that guy right now.
But I'm not gonna. It just doesn't even look like he's got a match winner in him as things stand right now.
But you know what? It looks like a mentality thing. It really does. It looks like he's checked out. Like a lot of them have.
Potentially. I don't know. It's just frustrating with Mo because I know that there's more there. He's not finished. It's just that he's not showing it for whatever reason. Whether it's personal, whether it's something to do within the club, I don't know. But
I'm just gonna rip the band-aid off, bro. If Mo gets a 1. I think he was definitely our worst player today.
I was gonna say 2, innit? Did anyone else get a 2?
No. I mean, 1 or 2, you're splitting hairs anyway. He was by far our
basically,
worst
he goes into
player
the awful. He ain't getting the same as Harvey, basically. He ain't 2 to 4. He's 0 to 2. Yeah, Salah.
Yeah, he was awful, man. He was awful, man. I'm worried about his form. I'm really worried about his form. He needs a pick-me-up. Something's got to go. Something's got to give, man. Something's got to give, man.
All right, let's quickly do these substitutions, bro, because I just can't be.
Do you know what I would like to add? This is a very good point, though, before people want to start going ham on Mo. Hold on, where is it? I think I've lost it. Oh, here it is. By Chris. If anyone deserves an off-season, it's Mo. But we need him. I think that's a good way to put it. If there is anybody in our team who deserves to be backed and supported while he's going through a bad patch, it's Mo Salah. So
that's true.
I don't want to hear this get him out my club stuff, yeah? Let's not start doing all of that. But he's got to fix up. He's got to fix up, man.
Sorry, Jeff, really give me 2 seconds, bro. Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds, brother.
All right, cool.
2 seconds, 2 seconds.
Maybe
read out the supers, bro. Yeah, maybe read
supers. Yeah. Because I'm not in control of the board. So let me just read out a couple of supers while I wait for Matt to come back. I'm going to rip the band-aid off, says Bajan. We need to have a chat about selling Mo. Oh, look, this is ironic. It was literally just, and get a young winger. Love Salah, but he's been poor since the AFCON. I wouldn't go as far as to say, because I thought it was good at the beginning of the season, Bajan, but I do hear what you're saying. We're going to have a conversation about it, for real. Zota, the foundation of our team isn't there. Yeah, I agree with that. Danny VR, the same players played for 4 years straight, pressing. No reinforcements, no fresh blood. It's simple. This team has run and run till they cannot run anymore. That is a very, very good way to put it, bro. Very good way to put it. A Gokpart says Klopp is expired like milk. I disagree, but everyone's entitled to their opinion. Barry, what is more likely? Klopp is sacked or Klopp leaves? Klopp stays. That's what's more likely, bro. But I think he would walk before he's sacked. Geeky Love, peace, fam. Big up yourself, bro. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, bro. Gakpo, I've been a fan for 12 months and I wasn't surprised at his World Cup performance. He's smooth. He's technical. Let's give him 12 months. Very well said, bro. Very well said. Big up H says, if LFC were a brand, there'd be Slazenger. Oh, fuck it up. Man says Sports Direct Special, you know. The fake Puma. Ooh. Barry also says, lads, we used to have this PE teacher at school who used to watch us dance in movement class. Yeah, that is proper dodge. Yeah. We won't go in. That's a bit political. That's a bit techie still, but yeah. Oh, boy. Got to do them CBR checks on these, man, bro. If Gomez was a shoe, he'd be Umbro. Was good once upon a time. Boy, we'll have to talk about Joey another time. Apishek, I hope I said that right, bro. Thiago should leave now. We are wasting him badly. I don't want him to leave, but we are 100% wasting him. We are
definitely wasting him, but I don't want him to leave.
100%. And Rosdon, big up, says things are really bad when your match reaction is better than watching the match itself. I am pissed. I appreciate the big up for the match reaction, but yeah, you're right. If we're laughing and joking more in a match reaction than we did during the game, it was not a good game, was it?
Says a lot in it. Let's talk about the subs. Curtis Jones, I would give him.
Was he? How long was he on the pitch? 10 minutes.
I'm trying to think, maybe about 10 minutes, maybe
10 minutes.
10, 15 max.
I'd give him a 4 or 5 based on the fact he was only on the pitch for 10 minutes.
I don't even remember him doing anything.
He didn't really, but he was only on the pitch for 10 minutes. I mean, 10 minutes ain't really long, is it?
I still would get catch on the 4, you know. I can't even lie, but I saw them one. I'm looking at them. Never know why some of these men are even smiling, bro.
No. Do you know? Actually, no. Do you know? I think he does deserve a 5. Do you remember he did that brilliant little bit passage of play and then got taken out on the edge of the box and didn't win a free kick that he should have won?
Actually, you know what?
I think he deserves an average. He was only on the pitch for 10 minutes.
He showed about someone to the ground, didn't it? I remember actually.
After the frustration of not winning an actual free kick he should have won from a good bit of play. I'll say just average. For 10 minutes, I'll say he was average. Like, he was only on the pitch for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Cool.
And he should have won that free kick.
Cool. Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, do you want me to, should we just keep it straight? Fabinho and Hendo 5 as well. I think all the players who came on for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I thought they were average.
Just average, yeah. For the 10 minutes they're on, they were just average. I'll just say, I think that's a fair bet to just give them all that.
I thought they were average. Still.
And I actually think we slightly improved when Henderson and Flacco were in midfield. Just ever so slightly. Like, I think we did. I think the intensity did go up just a little bit. And we looked a little bit better than we did when we had, you know, Besetic and what do you call it? And Elliott in midfield. In my opinion, anyway. So.
All right, that leaves one more sub. Darwin Núñez.
You're not going to think I'm being biased. I'm giving Núñez a 7. I thought Núñez was arguably man of the match for the little.
But that's what I was going to give him.
Fair enough.
I give him a 7. He was good. He changed the game straight away as soon as he came on. Straight away.
Oh, yeah, we've forgotten the other sub because he should have had a goal. He should have had an assist. Trent should have done better with that chance he had, man.
I wouldn't say have a goal, but I would say at least hit the target, though.
But when I look back at it, Trent should have took a touch and then hit it properly. I think he should have scored, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not like berating him or anything, but I think he should have scored. I think he should have scored. But Núñez came on and was night and day. Trent. I say Trent was a 5. I say Trent was average. Because he got involved. Remember, he started to make runs. He gave the ball away once or twice, but it was because he was trying to be progressive. At least he was trying to be progressive, bro. And I think he made one or two good defensive trap backs and kept Mudryk quiet. Because Mudryk didn't do anything when Trent come on. He kind of kept him quiet. You know, maybe Trent should be a 5.5. Maybe he was actually better than Hendo and Flacco. Trent was better than Hendo and Flacco, bro.
His passes, some of them are a little bit iffy, though.
But some of them were brilliant. Well, you don't think Trent was better than Henderson and Flacco? I do. Even if it's just, I think he was still better.
We're talking a smidgen better, but it's not like night and day.
So 5.5. I think Trent deserves a 5.5.
We'll give Trent a 5.5.
I think he deserves a 5.5.
I'll give Trent a 5.5. I'll give Trent a 5.5. All right, last but not least, then. Do you want me to go first, Jurgen? Or do you want to go first?
Boy, I think it's better if you go.
All right, cool. So basically, played the starting lineup that we wanted to see, or the midfield wanted to see. Cool. But then when things weren't working, just kept it exactly the same. And then not only that, when you had to make changes, one of them just made no sense. Taking off the midfielder that gave us balance to move a right-sided winger who was playing left wing to play centre mid. Someone make it make sense. It don't make sense. Then, to make things even better, this is the best bit, people. He brings on our striker to start off playing left wing because the left winger was playing as a centre forward. In that moment, I was thinking to myself, is Klopp the type of guy to put gravy on his ice cream? Makes no sense, innit? Why would you put Grateful in your ice cream? Are you a madman? Why are you playing Nunes left wing and Gakpo centre forward? Gakpo is the left winger, but you're playing him centre forward. Nunes is the centre forward and you're playing him left wing. Yeah, Klopp definitely is that guy that puts Grateful in his ice cream. I can't be front, bro. For me personally, and I'll keep it a buck, he also made one other mistake as well. One other mistake. When Modric came on, he should have taken off Milner a bit quicker. Remember, Jeff, I said before, I said I knew Modric was going to come on, and I said, as soon as he sees Modric come on, he needs to take off Milner or move Milner. Bro, he kept Milner on. The first thing Milner done was nearly broke up their record signing's ankle. First thing, Modric got the ball on blooper. Milner lucky to not get sent off. Klopp made a mistake there again. Should have taken him off. Me personally, I'm giving Klopp a 3. Give him a 3, bro. How about that?
I agree with you. I actually agree with you. I think the starting lineup was fine, other than the fact that Harvey was at left wing. I don't know why, but then again, he didn't really have much options. To be honest, with Nunes not being fully fit, the only other player I guess you could play there is Ox, but that doesn't work either. And Harvey did have a good game against Wolves. He's obsessed with Harvey though. It is annoying. Harvey's the project, without a shadow of a doubt. No one can tell me any different. Harvey's the project. And I agree with everything you said about the substitutions, how weird they were, and they just came at like weird times, and it was just wrong. Naby weren't playing brilliantly well, but he's still a central midfielder. Why bring him off? And as I said during the game, bro, if anybody wants to believe that Naby getting a new contract has anything to do with Klopp, then give your head a wobble. I've said it. People want to blame Klopp for everything because they're annoyed at Klopp right now. There is no way on earth that he treats Naby the way he does, but wants him to sign a new contract because he believes that he's like valuable. He does not rate Naby. Let's keep it a buck. Klopp does not rate Naby.
He's got, and that's why
you don't rate him, bro.
I get baffled when I see reports that he might offer him a new deal. Garbage.
You don't rate him.
But it don't really matter actually. Naby will reject it. Naby's leaving Liverpool.
Naby getting a new contract at Liverpool will have nothing to do with anything other than protecting his value so we can get resale, or Klopp being told he can't have any other players, so he actually has to make do with keeping Naby. It's only one of the two. It ain't because Klopp wants Naby around. I'm sorry, it's not. It's not. We're in a big game against Chelsea. A very season-defining game where if we don't win, our season is probably over in terms of the domestic league. And he brings Naby off in the 59th minute to put Harvey Elliott in his position. Nah, he don't rate Naby, man. He don't rate Naby. And I don't even think Naby should be at the club. But for everybody who's trying to like say that Klopp's tactics in the transfer market are all him, and he's saying all these things about how Ox is dynamic and Naby's world class and all that, he don't believe that shit. You lot really believe Klopp when he says that shit, man. He's just fronting. He wants to keep the player value high. He wants to, he wants to protect his players. He still loves his peoples. He don't rate Naby, man. There's a couple men in our team that I know that Klopp don't rate. Carvalho seems to be one of them. I don't know why, but he don't seem to rate Carvalho. He don't rate Naby. I don't think he rated Minamino. I don't think he rated Origi. I'm and ahhing whether he rates Tsimikas. There's certain men in that I'm like, does he rate these guys? I don't think he rates these, man.
Can I be honest as well? I could be wrong here. I feel like Cody Gakpo is a Pep Linda signing, you know.
Oh, that's a fact.
It's not even a Klopp signing.
That's a fact.
But can I be honest? Klopp likes his wingers to be like very direct and aggressive. Gakpo's like the complete opposite. Let me say I think Gakpo's bad. I'm just saying, when you look at playing style, like complete opposite, bro. It's weird though. Like, in the sense of, you know what you want to model your team as, but then you go, I don't know. I'm baffled, fam. I'm so baffled. It's unreal. I'm so baffled.
And then you got players that he does rate, and he plays way too much. That's just so confusing. Like Elliott and Jones. Like, them man there get blight after blight, even when they don't do nothing or they have a bad game. I know they're young, but they just get blight after blight, man. Like, you know, if one of them two has a bad game, it don't mean they're out the team. Do you know what I mean? It don't. Like, they, especially Elliott. Like, Elliott can do no wrong right now. I'm not even going to lie. He is Klopp's golden child. And the boy is talented. But come on, Klopp, man. We can't be obsessing over him right now, man. This ain't the time, bro. This ain't the time. Start playing Elliott when the team's winning and we're doing well, man. And Elliott can be, you know what I mean, just part of something. When we need, man, them standing up and being counted while we're not playing well, come on, man. What are we doing with this Elliott obsession, bro? What are we doing with this Elliott obsession, man? I don't get it, man. I really don't get it. But look, there are a lot of extenuating factors around it as well. Because if I'm being completely honest with you, and I know people are going to say I'm sticking up for Klopp, but I don't even give a fuck anyway. We shouldn't have anybody in the squad that is a player we're annoyed with if Klopp picks that player. And that's what the problem is. That's what the problem is. And that comes down to recruitment and how much funds are being given to be allowed to do it. And I know everyone always goes, especially when Carl's like, right, you really brought it back to FSG. But bro, there can be loads of people that are doing things within the household that are bad. Kid could be getting in trouble a lot of school. Somebody else could be fired from being late to work. And yeah, they've got to take the blame for those things because they're doing stuff. But if mum and dad, or especially dad, ain't controlling the household, is it any wonder everybody's running amok and doing bad things?
Do you know what I will say to that?
I will always look at the man of the house and go, if your house is dysfunctional, it's your fault.
But you also got to look at though. This is where some of it I agree, some of it I disagree. One of the things I disagree when it comes to Jurgen Klopp, we can always go back to FSG, we can, yeah, but Klopp's also in control of tactics. FSG don't touch tactics and player selection, innit? As far as we're aware of, anyway. You see, this rolls back to even when we had the no centre backs, and my man was doing up Henderson and Fabinho a centre back drift. That's the bit where people get mad at Klopp for. Not anything else. And I know you would say, oh, he wasn't giving anyone. That's fine. He wasn't giving anyone. And he had to make do with what he had. But, bro, you still made that decision. You didn't have to play them there, but you wanted to. You have players there that were actually centre backs. You didn't want to play them. And then eventually injuries hit and then you had to play them and then everything worked out. It's kind of like the same thing again. It's like, bro, we know Jurgen Klopp is like, bro, he needs money more than I need food. Yeah? 100%. He needs money to kind of like do what he needs to do. However, the players that he has, yeah, you still got to try and utilize them the best that you can, though. Because it's okay to sit there and go, listen, I ain't got these players that I need to kind of turn it around. But okay, that's fine, Klopp. But what we're saying is try and keep the ship steady because I know we can see it tipping over. Keep it as steady as possible and just do what you can with the players that you have. That's where I think a lot of clashes with Liverpool fans come in because, bro, I don't think anyone really believes the whole Klopp out thing. I think it's more of a case of they're frustrated that like he'll do stupid things like, I don't know, like the high line. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. Nat Phillips might have played today and he would have still played high line, knowing that Nat Phillips ain't the quickest guy. It's stuff like that where you just look at it and go,
I don't think we played that much of a high line.
No, but it's giving you an example of like something that he would do. Like, keep the same philosophy with the same players, knowing that some people can't do it. It's stuff like that that get aggravated. For example, Jiv, today we knew Harvey Elliott. We just knew he's not a centre mid and he's not a left winger, but Klopp played him there. It's like, bro, what's going on with you? I understand that you ain't got your left. In fact, you ain't even got his two starting left wingers. That's Jota and Diaz. Diaz, obviously, and then Jota maybe second. You ain't got none of them, right? But, bro, Gakpo was brought in as a left winger, so you play Harvey Elliott left wing, but Harvey Elliott scored his goal from right wing in a central area. Like, what are we doing, bro? Seriously. It's stuff like that that gets people mad, I think, Drew, personally.
You know what, bro? I wouldn't even go. I don't even think the tactics are actually bad. I just don't think the players can carry out the tactics. I think there is a difference. Like, I do think there's a difference. And I get where you're coming from if you counteract that by going, well, shouldn't Klopp change the tactics to suit the personnel? Yeah. And he did before the World Cup. And we were playing well. When we went to 4-2-3-1 and we changed the tactics to suit the players
and what's
that we
happened
had.
now, bro?
Yeah, and I'm confused as to why he hasn't
I
maintained
think
to
it's
do
because
that.
the players are now available, so he's kind of this is the one thing I think.
But not really.
It's kind of reverted back to type in the sense of I always said I was like, I'm not gonna get comfortable in this 4-2-3-1. You know, I said I can already see he's gonna go back to type when players start coming back.
No, but who came back? Diaz is still missing. Jota's still missing.
No. But remember, at this one point, at one point we had like we had hardly any midfield, and even defenders were missing as well. Remember, we had a lot of niggles at that.
I think
not
I remember,
major, but niggles where we.
I remember that. I remember there was only Gomez and Van Dijk available for the defense. I remember that. I remember Trent was injured. Jota and Diaz are injured. I don't remember when the whole midfield was injured. I'm trying to remember when that happened. But look, I don't think it's the tactics. I just think the people can't implement what he wants them to do. And so I hold him accountable for still playing those tactics. But I think it's the personnel, not the tactics. I think those tactics work with better players. And that's the reason why he should be changing the tactics. And I don't know why. But we should just have players good enough to play the tactics. There shouldn't be anyone in the Liverpool team that we're like, I can't believe this guy's playing. And that's on recruitment. But I don't know, man. I would give Klopp a 3 today.
Yeah, he gets a 3, man. Klopp gets a 3.
I'll give him a 3 today.
He gets a 3, man. Let me read out some supers. Then we're gonna head out. H says deep that we actually made Kai and Ziyech look take it. But I kept on saying it the whole game. I said we made Kai Havertz look like some prime type of Hazard. Like I can't even front. And Havertz, we made him look really, really good. We just added some money to his values for when he gets sold. Bajan Barn says Drift, don't say that word intensity relating to the LFC because we dead. Big up Bajan. EMJP316 says chaps. Things could be worse. We could be Everton fans. That is very true. But unfortunately, as things stand, we're not Everton fans and we're Liverpool fans and we're going through a real bad time. Juno says you lost God tier recruitment when Edwards left. Gakpo, Nunes and Arthur all the average. This will continue. I disagree with that.
I disagree with that. Losing Edwards was a big deal, though.
100% it was. Losing
Edwards. Even his last year, it seemed like he weren't bothered anymore. We weren't really moving. But Gakpo and Nunes are not average signings.
No, they're not average. They're not average. Drift, anything you want to say before we head out, bro? I think that's all the supers, bro. I just want to get out of this nightmare. It just feels like some ongoing nightmare, bro. I can't even lie.
Yeah, bro. This is terrible, man. Big up everyone watching. Smash the like button, people. Subscribe, man, if you're new. Get your viewers reviewing as soon as possible as well, guys. Send that to our email. Let me see if we've got the email. Send it to our email, guys. Viewers review. Have your say on the game. Get them into us as soon as possible as well, guys. Bro, I don't know, man. I don't know. And the wickedest thing is, bro, a draw with Chelsea isn't even supposed to be a bad result. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
Like it ain't meant to be a bad result, but this feels really bad, bro.
Agreed. H says LFC look like them polo shirts and jeans from Sports Direct, hella dry and wrinkly. Listen, people, we'll be back in it. I need to take some time out. Back Monday night show. We'll chop it up again, people, on Monday. But as things stand, Liverpool draw 0-0 with Chelsea. Liverpool just didn't do what they were supposed to do when the game looked very poor today, in my opinion. Could have done way better. We didn't lose the game, but it feels like a loss. Jurgen Klopp still got, things he need to, in my opinion, change tactically. FSG, they need to give my man some money and just sell up whatever it is. Do you know what I mean?
FSG, man, let's keep it a buck, bro. I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be rude. But I'm going to say this in a rude way. Fuck off.
You can't say it any nicer if I'm being honest.
FSG, fuck off.
Oh, man.
We don't need you bringing the club down. You are ruining your own legacy. If you want a piece of advice, FSG, yeah? If you want a piece of advice, you created a beautiful legacy at Liverpool Football Club. You brought in the man who took us to the promised land. In the last 4 to 5 years, we have collected every trophy available. We've collected all the belts. But what you are doing now is ruining what you can be proud of. And if you don't leave soon, we're not even going to give a shit about what you did achieve while you were here. You're going to be a Hicks and Gillette. And that is a bad way to end a legacy that looked like it was going to be something that you could be proud of. So while you can still be proud of what you've done, make sure you don't put the bid too high. Don't put the price too high. Don't try and price people out. And just fuck off. Please. Respectfully. Do what's right for everybody at Liverpool Football Club. And fuck off. And that's my piece.
On that note, we're going to bounce. People, listen, it's been a pleasure as always. Love as always. We'll see you again Monday night show. You know what time it is. Team Kop-Ish, Liverpool match reaction with Chelsea, 0-0. We can't get out of the storm. We go again Monday. We'll see them, people. Love. We're out. Peace.
We out.